Smoke season is off and running, and it is involving the San Francisco 49ers, two starting wide receivers. Now, I don't need to give you a history lesson on where Deebo Samuel and Brandon Aiyuk currently sit with the 49ers and what they're currently going through, but the smoke around these two is picking up like crazy, and it's my obligation to share with you what I'm seeing, what I'm connecting. That's why we call ourselves the Smoke Chasers. If you're not familiar with following the SF Niners content during the off season, it's rumor season. You hear all this smoke, all this blah, blah, blah. I have made it a profession to weed through the smoke, discern, is this real? Is this not real? And try to make sense of it all. So as it stands today, there's a lot of smoke, man. I just made a video on Deebo Samuel. I dropped that in the link if you want to catch up to speed on that full situation with Deebo and those trade rumors. But this isn't a video about Deebo. This is a video about Brandon Aiyuk. And obviously, Brandon Aiyuk wants to get a contract extension. He wants to get paid. There's been plenty of rumors since the Super Bowl that he could potentially be trying to look to go somewhere else, all these different types of things. So I'm going to catch you up to speed very quickly because I already covered this in the Deebo Samuel video. But just in case you didn't see that video, this guy, Pretty Ricky, is taking the insider game by storm. He's hit on a bunch of big time offers, and he is hugely involved in this Deebo Samuel rumor saga. So again, if you want to catch up to speed, in the link in the description, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about Brandon Aiyuk, and I'm going to bring it back to why Pretty Ricky is involved. So in a tweet earlier this morning, again, our good friend Pretty Ricky tweeted this. People saying Aiyuk is now following Jaguars players on Instagram have only heard Deebo being floated in potential offers. And again, this guy has been tweeting about Deebo being floated in potential trades for Brian Burns and multiple other teams all week. It's nonstop. But in this tweet, again, reiterating that he keeps hearing Deebo Samuel being floated in offers, he's not finding the correlation between Brandon Aiyuk and the Jaguars. You have Mia O'Brien, and you might be asking, well, who is Mia O'Brien? Let me tell you. She is a reporter and on-air radio host for the Jacksonville Jaguars flagship radio station. So she's clearly very connected to the Jags, and that whole situation has nothing to do with the 49ers, not one singular thing. This is what she just said. She says, Aiyuk interest is mutual between Jaguars and his team, per source. Obviously, very early. So this is technically a report. This isn't a rumor. Per source is a report. This is a report, ladies and gentlemen, that Mia is sharing that there's mutual interest, not only with Aiyuk, but from the sounds of it, the 49ers in potentially being traded to the Jaguars. Now, the whole thing about this being started with the whole Aiyuk following Jaguars players, he does follow Trevor Lawrence. He does follow, Christian Kirk, but every other Jaguar, and Gabe Davis, but every other Jaguar that I've seen him follow are former 49ers like CJ Beathard, JaMychal Hasty, guys like that. So more smoke, right? More smoke. How real is this? Again, neither of these two people have anything to do with the San Francisco 49ers. So when you hear about, I've seen it already in the comments on my Deebo videos, like, 49ers don't leak. It's like, do you understand that there are other people involved in these deals outside the 49ers? There are players, friends and family. There are agents. There are other reporters from other teams who pick up information from other plot. Like, there are so many ways to gain inside information outside directly of, let's just say, for example, the San Francisco 49ers front office. So you have to keep that in mind, is that these people have nothing to do with the 49ers. They don't care like about the 49ers building, you know, a roster to compete for a championship. She's basically works for the Jags. So this is a fascinating situation because it's, again, there's been smoke. There's been smoke since the Super Bowl ended. So what does it mean? I don't know what it means, but the whole situation with Debo continues to keep being brought up. We know Brandon Aiyuk, and uh, we've heard that the 49ers are very much interested in bringing back Brandon Aiyuk. We heard it last year towards the end of the season that Brandon Aiyuk would be an offseason priority. We heard it at the Combine that from Ian Rappaport, the San Francisco 49ers are likely going to engage with contract negotiations with Brandon Aiyuk after the free agency period is over with. So there's a lot of things popping up right now. There's a lot of things, a lot of smoke. And listen, I think the 49ers have proven to us that anything can happen with the whole Eric Armstead situation. Longest tenured player, a captain, a guy who's been here through multiple regimes, a big time leader in the locker room and the community. He's on the outs now. He is a free agent officially. Kyle Juszczyk avoided that same fate. He was able to agree to a restructure, but I think we have to keep our minds open to the fact that the 49ers have a different view, much different view of how, like, let's say a fan views a roster building process. We are emotional. We get tied to these players, buy jerseys, root for individuals. At the end of the day, it's the team's at the end of the day, it's the team's responsibility to build a long-term sustainable winner. And you might be saying, well, trading Debo Samuel and Brandon Aiyuk doesn't seem to jive with that situation, right? That doesn't seem to be something that would be a sustainable long-term winner. But again, teams also have to look at this from a salary cap situation. Obviously, Brock Purdy is going to get paid most likely next year. What is that money going to look like? How does that tie with both Debo and Aiyuk? I don't know. I'm not a cap expert. I'm just speaking out loud. So how real is this? I don't know. I don't know. But again, the reason why we started this off with the smoke chaser graphic is because this is what we do. We chase smoke, and this is some smoke. And the smoke is getting heavy, people. The smoke is getting heavy. Again, the old saying is where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, I want to give you a flip side of that coin. There are plenty of moves that have been discussed that haven't happened in the NFL. Again, we had a trade with Eric Armstead in the works to go to the Texans, but that fell through because they made another move. There are so many woulda, coulda, shoulda moves that we don't even hear about in the NFL. So again, these teams are trying to keep their options open, and we don't know what it's going to look like at the end of the day. But obviously, from, I would say, my perspective and a lot of others' perspectives, it would be phenomenal to have Debo Samuel and Brandon Aiyuk with Brock Purdy, as Brock Purdy continues to head into his second full year as a starter. That would be great. But we never know. We never know what's going to happen. So we are just going to have to wait and see. So again, the whole purpose of this is presenting the information, not trying to create rumors, not trying to create drama. This is out here. It's for everyone to see. As when I took a picture of this screenshot, over 100,000 people have seen this tweet. Look at the engagement on it. So I'm just presenting it to you. I see all this stuff. I'm sharing it with you, and I'm allowing you to use your brain to be able to decipher and discern what this means. And if this is happening, just just get ready. Not in the sense that don't want to I don't think people want to be blindsided if any of this happens. So we're keeping our minds open, and the point is we got to wait to see this play out. There's a good chance that the 49ers go into next season with Debo Samuel and Brandon Aiyuk on a fresh contract, and all this means nothing. But again, it's smoke season, and I'm bringing you the smoke. You can let me know how you feel about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.